What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. So I'm going to do something a little bit differently today. Someone left a comment below asking about backstories for some of my tattoos, and I thought about it, and I feel like it would definitely help out a couple of you out there if you are like practicing on yourself and things like that, to kind of explain some of the tattoos I have, why I have them, and yeah, how I got them. So if you're new to this channel, I'm Brandon from Tattooing 101, and make sure you're liking and subscribing down below to keep up to date on all the new tattooing content videos we make each week. So I'll start from the very beginning. So when I first started getting tattoos, I was 18 years old. And the first tattoo I got was on my chest. I got 2 nautical stars as kind of like a chest piece type of thing to start out. Because that was the cool thing to do in, the early 2000s. So that's what I got for my first tattoo. And I remember it was terrible. It hurt so bad because I got it done by an apprentice. Just because I didn't have a ton of money and I just wanted to get tattoos, which was the wrong way to go for sure. It was terrible. And to this day, it is super thick lines, and yeah, I'm actually getting it covered up. I'm going to do my whole full chest and stomach within the next couple of weeks, which I feel like I'm going to do a review video on some numbing applications, some like numbing lotion, things like that, because I'm definitely going to try to use it on that tattoo because the stomach sucks. Okay, so now we'll move on. So the first tattoo I actually did as, an apprentice would be, I did a diamond on my arm. As everyone can see if you've watched my videos before, this arm is blacked out up to my elbow. I did a lot of tattoos on my arm, not really knowing, and my mentor didn't really tell me the repercussions of doing something on the arm. First of all, you don't learn anything. You're not able to stretch the skin. You're not able to get the right angles needed to make a good tattoo. So I pretty much did all of that, destroyed any chance of having something super dope on my arm for no reason. It didn't teach me anything, which is super annoying. So I definitely don't recommend practicing on your arms, just because, I don't want you guys to turn out like me and have a blacked out arm for no reason. But I do still have the diamond to this day. It's going to be really awkward for me to kind of like try to show you it, so I'll leave a picture right here. So this was the first tattoo I ever did, even on other people. I did that tattoo first on myself before touching anyone else or doing anything else. You could clearly see that the lines are super shaky. I had no idea what I was doing. I did line work, tried to do shading, and tried to do color for my first tattoo, which never works out. Everyone I talk to in most of my videos, I'll explain that the best way to learn is to focus on steps. So when you first start out, focus on your line work. Only do line work tattoos until you're 100% with that. Jump onto shading. And then once you have shading and line work, then you could kind of focus on color and things like that. But color should be the last thing you learn. So follow my advice. Don't do what I did, and you'll definitely grow way faster than I did when I first started out. Okay, now that we went through my blacked out arm, I'll go to my hand. Yes, I tell all of you guys, do not tattoo your hands by yourself, and that's because I did the same thing. So now I have a blacked out hand pretty much. I have a cover up that's super, super dark because I decided it was a cool idea to do a wolf head on my hand when I didn't even know how to tattoo yet. I was still an apprentice and did that. Obviously not the way to go. So, anyone listening and thinking about doing something like that, I promise you, just hold off, go to an actual artist if you really want it done, and you're going to thank me later, trust me, because it's just really annoying knowing what I do now and like what other people do, and I could have just such a cool sleeve and I have just all this trash on it, which sucks. Okay, the other really meaningful tattoo that I have on me would have been the first tattoo I got from an artist that was really good. So I was in my second apprenticeship, and he really wasn't helping me. The mentor really wasn't helping me. He didn't really know a lot with tattooing. So another artist came in and kind of guest spotted there and did a tattoo on me. And that was the first time another artist actually was willing to help me, which still resonates to this day with me, which is why I do things like this. Because without him coming in, I probably wouldn't have made it to the next step. I would have just stuck in that circle and not really learned anything else. That's also in another spot. It's actually in the exact same spot as my diamond on the other arm. It would be this rose, which I will leave a picture of right here. I learned a lot when it came to traditional, the different things that you use to make a good traditional tattoo. And that's also when I jumped onto Eternal. I was not using Eternal at that period of time. That was the first time I tried out Eternal and switched from there. So I learned a lot from that artist. That's why I tell you guys, it's really important to go out there, get tattooed, because if you go to a couple different people that are really good, you're going to pick up something new every single time. And with tattooing, it's just a constant growth. Even to this day, if I get tattooed by someone different, everyone does things differently, so you always pick on something new when you go and get a tattoo. So that would be that one. I obviously have a ton of different stuff on this arm. I got this one done by a guest artist, and it's a skull of Darth Maul. Obviously, I like Darth Maul a lot, so I decided to go with his skull on the inside of my arm. And the funny story with that one is I tried numbing cream for the first time and the last time, because I didn't know that you can over apply it and like lightly overdose on lidocaine. So I was putting it on like every hour because that spot sucks, and it took, I don't know, like 6 or 7 hours. And by the end I got really, really sick. Like, it did help with the pain, but it made me physically ill to the point that I was actually at work when I got it done. I had tattoo appointments after that, and I had to go home because I was really, really ill. It made me really messed up. And then I talked to the doctors afterwards, and they said that that's what happened. So if you are using numbing cream, don't reapply it like me, because you're going to get really sick and regret it for sure. Alright, so that's what I have in my arms, pretty much all the visible ones you could see. I got my throat done a couple of years ago, which still is not finished. It's supposed to be the Eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings, and I got it started, did the line work, and just honestly haven't had the time to go back. Just with tattooing and all those things, it's just a really hard area to get done, and it hurts, and it's just really rough with healing, so it's not something that I really got back to. I do need to eventually finish it. I need to suck it up and get it done, but everyone asking, what is that on your neck? That's what it is. Alright, next we'll go on to the face ones, because obviously that's the ones I'm asked about the most, because they're right there on my face. I do have my eyelids done. It says stay true, so that sucked a lot. I don't believe that I would ever, even if they faded out completely and they look terrible, I probably wouldn't go back and do them again because it hurt that bad. And then I have a diamond and a star right here. I got those from my daughters. My first daughter, I got the diamond for, and then when I had my second daughter, I decided to get a star for her. So that is what's on my face right here. I got an arrowhead right here that you really can't see because of like my hairline and everything, but I got that for our tattoo studio. And what's on this side? Yeah, I have a crow on this side. So that one's also meaningful because it's not done. I had a really good friend of mine. He did like my knuckle tattoos, and the way I met him was he started in a shop that I was working in, and he was an apprentice. We hit it off, became really good friends. He ended up moving in with me for a little bit. And then, he blew up as a tattoo artist, moved to a couple different shops and everything, and his life was going great. He came and did a cover-up. I had a scythe going behind my ear that he did when he was first starting out, and, he came back to cover it up, and I did a big crow on the side of my head, and the wing kind of comes down on my face. So we did the outline work. He had to go. Something came up, and then he ended up getting into an accident and passed away. So with that, still to this day, it's been, 3 or 4 years now, and I just decided to I'm just going to keep it unfinished because, he was supposed to finish it. That was his thing, and it doesn't really affect me too much. But everyone that asks, why do you have line work on your face and it's not filled in? That's why, and it's probably going to stay that way unless I change my mind in like 20 years, but probably not. I'll just keep it that way. And then I'm not trying to bore you guys. I'm going to go through one more meaningful one that I have, and then we'll call it for this video. But one thing I want to know, what's your most meaningful tattoo that you have? Comment down below. I'd love to see what your stories are. So just leave a comment down below and I'd love to check them out. So the last meaningful one that I have is this bottle tattoo that's like a Molotov cocktail, however you pronounce that. I'm terrible at pronouncing that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The bottle with rag in it with flames coming out. I got this one because of pretty much like alcoholism. So a lot of people around me have struggled with that their entire life. So I decided that I was going to get that as a constant reminder that, it's a big problem, especially in the tattoo industry. Drugs and alcohol is, really a big deal. Yeah, so I decided to get this as a constant reminder that I've seen a lot of really good tattoo artists go down a rabbit hole and completely destroy their careers because of alcohol, and really, really close friends. So I got that as a reminder that, it is definitely an addiction. Alcoholism is a big problem for a lot of people. So yeah, that's probably one of my most meaningful ones as well, because I've seen it destroy a lot of lives, and it's just super important to me. So there it is. That is the most meaningful tattoos that I have on my body. Obviously, if I had to go through all of them, we'd be here for, 3 hours, which I'm sure you don't want to sit here and go through every single tattoo that I have. That's super boring. So I just wanted to give you some stories, and hopefully it was able to help you guys out, especially if you're trying to tattoo your hand. Don't do it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. If you have found this video helpful and you would like to be mentored by artists like me and other mentors from Tattooing 101, I left a link underneath this video for you. Inside our Artist Accelerator program, we break down step by step how to tattoo from start to finish, even if you are just a beginner. So if you're tired of trying to figure out everything on your own and want to skip years of trial and error to become a professional tattoo artist, I recommend you check it out.